Now I have seen everything.
The Rio sequence is a ton of fun to develop. We knew we wanted a major brawl at the end of this film in a major city.
Everything you don't think of when you think of Rio is what we wanted to approach with this wonderful finale.
You can't make a Monsterverse movie without destroying a city.
When we were trying to come up with where the final action scene in this movie would take place, we listed out every single major city and the pros and the cons and what we could do that's unique to this film.
You're always trying to decide how to put a third act together. We were sitting looking at a world map and we go, we have done Hong Kong in the last film, Boston's been used, San Francisco's been used, Las Vegas has been used. I can't remember who suggested it, but all of a sudden we're like, well, we've never been to South America before in one of these films.
We landed on Rio because there's a nice iconography to Rio. You're always trying to juxtapose the Titans with iconic locations, and the Jesus statue is such a signature thing, so I just felt like the right place to take them ultimately.
So the Rio scene, I would say, is the second part of the big finale, where like the beach girls are having a good time, and then eventually the water starts to freeze.
Adam wanted to approach it in a way to allow for a really unique action sequence in giving Shimo this water freezing power. How does it allow us to do a great action sequence when all of a sudden the ocean's frozen?
Camera set, and action.
We were fortunate enough to be able to shoot this film all over the world. We shot primarily in the Gold Coast in Australia.
We were able to double the iconic Surfers Paradise Beach for some moments in Rio de Janeiro.
We shot a lot of groundwork with extras where the people started running away from monsters.
But we also did shoot in Rio. We had a unit in Rio shooting a lot of the plates for the action pieces that you see within the film.
We shot plates in Iceland, Hawaii, and even Rio. We're getting all these different environments, and I think that that's really important nowadays. There's just something to a film that has a real feeling of travel to it, taking you to places that you've never been. And even though some of the places we're taking the audiences are totally fantasy, we want them to feel grounded in a way. And so utilizing real locations and those kind of things is a way of doing that.
This major final battle in Rio, it starts at Ipanema Beach, so on the ocean, on the beach, and then we get into the city and destroying a few buildings.
We're seeing these four characters come together. It allowed for us to really spotlight the agility of Scar King.
I knew right out the gate that I wanted a nemesis for Kong, another ape, but would be more agile than Kong. I wanted something that was more lanky. He's like the Bizarro Kong. He's everything that Kong's not. Knowing that you can actually believably make these big monsters have weapons, I instantly knew I wanted Scar King to have some sort of whip type thing, and the idea that he's taken some sort of spinal cord off a creature and he's turned it into a whip.
Shimo has this super strong breath that can freeze everything, and he also hurts Kong, and she's massive.
Shimo's sort of this weapon of mass destruction. She's so powerful, she can basically destroy the planet.
It's always cool to send our Titans on the surface and destroy some cities and scare the people.
There was just something kind of exciting about the ultimate battle with a big ice titan and putting that in a famously warm, sunny place.
We were able to do this incredible sequence in Rio, shooting it in a way you've never seen it.
It was a challenging one to figure out, but with Shimo and her ice breath and Scar King and Kong and the sheer power of Godzilla, it's a city battle like we haven't seen before.